Welcome back to Math Maintenance. Today we are talking about three-digit numbers. So what happens when we have three numbers in a row? It could be any three numbers. 3, 8, 2. Well, first let's talk about how we say that number. This is the 1 spot. This is the 10 spot. And this is the 100 spot. So when we say that number, we say it kind of like we're talking about each spot. So we say 300, 8 tens would be 80, and 2 ones would be 2. So when I say this number, I say 382. I can represent that number by either writing it out. So 300 82. I could represent it by showing it as addition of its parts. So 300 plus 80 plus 2. Or in school, sometimes we use ones, tens, and hundreds pieces. So remember a hundreds piece, well, let's start with the ones. Ones are just those tiny little cubes that you use. And we would just have 2 little cubes. When we put 10 of those cubes together, we make a long. In this case, we would have 8 longs. And I'm not going to draw all the little sections of those, but there's 10 little blocks in a long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When I put 10 longs together, it makes a flat. And so that's a square that would be 10 by 10. So each flat has 100 of these little cubes in it. In this case, I would need 3 flats. If this is the number I was given, I could count up 100, 200, 300, 310, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 2 little ones would make 382. Another thing that I can do with really big numbers, or numbers that have 3 digits, is to put them in order. When I'm putting them in order, I need to consider each of the place values and how I check which one is bigger or smaller. Give me a minute to put up a couple big numbers. I'll be right back. All right, so I have 4 big numbers up here. 276, 279, 762, 627. I want to put those numbers in order from biggest. I'm going to put the smallest on this side. Smallest to biggest. When I start thinking about those numbers, I would start by checking the 100 spot. So if there's a difference in the 100 spot, that'll help tell me biggest to smallest. If I start checking in the 1 spot and see 6, 9, 2, and 7, that doesn't really tell me anything because that's just counting up how many of those little tiny cubes we would have. If I check in the 100 spot, that's telling me how many of those big flats we have. And those big flats are worth a whole lot more than those little cubes. So as I start checking in the 100 spot, I see a 200, a 200, a 700, and a 600. I can already decide which number is the biggest without even knowing what comes in the tens or the 1 spot. 762 has more hundreds in it than any of the other numbers. So the tens and the ones don't matter. It's like we're comparing 200, 200, 700, and 600. 700 is bigger than any of those other numbers. So I can put 762 all the way in my biggest spot. I can look then, and I still am comparing 200, 200, and 600. That tells me that 627 is my next biggest number without even looking at the tens or the ones. Now that I have two numbers out of the way, I'm going to move back over here and look at the next spot in my number, which is going to be the 10 spot. In these numbers, I have 7 tens, so I have 70. I know they're the same in the 100 spot, so now I just need to think about the tens. Which number has more tens? Well, they both have 7 tens, so that's not really helpful either. That means that the last thing I have to check is the 1 spot. This would have 6 ones, and this would have 9 ones. Obviously, the number with 9 ones is bigger than the number with 6 ones. So I would put 279 before 276. I'm going to check just to make sure this makes sense in my head by reading across the row. 276, then I would get to 279, then I would get to 627, and then I would get to 762. That seems to make sense to me. In your packet today, you have 2 pages that look like this that are asking you to write out either the number or the base 10 blocks that would go with it. Remember for the base 10 blocks that the flats are worth 100, the sticks are worth 10, and the little individual cubes are worth 1. When you draw the base 10 blocks, you don't have to draw all those little lines. You can do it like I did, where you draw a big square for the flats, a stick for the tens, and then just little squares for the ones. So you have 2 pages in your packet that look like that. Your manipulative activity today is that you have some big number cards in your packet or in your kit. So what you'll need to do is cut apart those big number cards, and then I want you to pick out 5 or 6 of them and try to do what we did up here and put them in order from smallest to biggest. If you finish with 5 or 6 of them, you can add more and try to figure out where does it fit in. So pick one more and then go, where does this one go? And try to figure out which numbers it comes in between. Your digital activity today is a website to go to. When you get to that website, it'll be the first game on the website, and it'll be similar to this activity where it's having you work with those flats, longs, and individual cubes in order to make big numbers and write out big numbers. Good luck working with big numbers today.